Oh, the cold weather certainly helping set the stage for what should be a physical primetime contest at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. And tonight we start Week 9 with a good one in primetime, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Titans, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9?
And they will elect to not bring this one out, as our first drive will begin at the 25. The Titans ready to take over on offense for the first time, and it is the now 35-year-old Ryan Tannehill who leads them out in his 12th NFL campaign.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that, and they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
You look at this Steeler defense.
They were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
If I'm playing quarterback against this team, after what I saw on film where they had 5 picks last week, all I'm thinking about is taking care of the football, being very careful with it, and making sure I see my guys open before I throw it.
I might curl up in the fetal position.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't think he's going to do that.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So roughing the passer call is accepted, and this officiating crew not making very many friends here with this crowd.
Yeah, we all know that everyone accuses the officials of kind of playing to the home team, but not in this case. They're just trying to administer the game the way it's supposed to be. That drew the flag.
Play action. It's Tannehill.
This will go to Henry out wide.
So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that'll bring up second down.
This defense for the Steelers, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was spot free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Tannehill.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Titans first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now Tannehill.
Throw to the right, caught by Cockrell.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains. A first down carry for Henry. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 12 carries, 54 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 5.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. And he's going to be taken down. Back around the 35-yard line.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans.
They'll set up a throw. And that will be incomplete. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
The Steelers ready to take over on offense. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Harris running straight ahead.
And Najee going to have a Steelers first down as he'll take this down to the 44-yard line.
Pretty much unreal, not just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throw in the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now. He's going to see a few more people in the box every time he lines up.
Yeah, I don't think that the defense has any choice. They've got to stop him. Can't let a repeat performance like that.
Agreed.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
The Steelers at 3 and 4 on the year coming into play. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
You talk about this Titan defense.
They come into this one in the bottom half of the NFL against the run, number 19 overall.
And when people talk about facing a challenge, they are certainly getting one in this ball game because they are facing the #1 rushing unit in the NFL, which means this is going to be a contest they've got to be prepared for from the first snap.
And he will have a Steelers first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
A lot depending on the spot there, and he got it, but it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you had the first down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And you and I have the luxury of a couple extra views here in the booth, and he did get it, but not by much.
Now run straight ahead with Warren. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. A handoff for Warren.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. That burst good for 20 and a first down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
So first and goal from the 9-yard line. Warren will try the right side.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a second and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Running left, it's Warren.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost.
Pick it now, third and goal. Got his man, it's Warren.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on third and long, because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he gets the first down.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive.
They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W. Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on second and 13.
Tannehill going to hand to Henry on the option.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves them with 7 yards to go on third down.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
Now third down and 7.
Back to throw, Tannehill.
That's complete to Traylon Burks. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
From the 42-yard line, here's second down and 7.
Here's Tannehill. And his throw here's incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Here's Tannehill. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down.
And hold up here, an injured player. And that's quarterback Ryan Tannehill who's shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Now on 4th down, here's Ryan Stonehouse to punt for Tennessee. The back deep for the Steelers is Calvin Austin.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession.
They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Pickett now from the gun here. A short one there to Freiermuth.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting into the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
On the give, it's Warren.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped him, bringing up 4th down.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Kyle Phillips deep for Tennessee.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
Levis on third down.
Staying on his feet. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down.
So a roughing the passer penalty there, CD.
And we know that these pass rushers love to get after rookie quarterbacks, but they've still got to do it within the scope of the rules. And that time, the hit came just a little bit too late. And the official won't even think twice about pulling his flag on that one.
A bad time for a roughing penalty. And they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Henry up the middle. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and 8.
The slot man in motion right.
Now they'll fake the jet sweep and run up the middle with Henry.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep.
And this is not going to work as planned. He's going to be met and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
Levis to throw it. And that's going to be incomplete. The Steeler defense locked in, forcing an upcoming 4th down.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
Badgley able to knock this one through, and that will tie us at 3-3.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD, and it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far, finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
Now we'll pause for an injury here. That's George Pickens, the receiver who's in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Here's Pickett.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack.
Back to throw here. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15.
These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. Here's Braden Mann now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Take it at the 37. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Titans are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st down, Levis. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Levis now off of play action. And brought in downfield by Burks.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
22 yards there, a 1st down.
A handoff running left, Henry.
Brought down at the 20. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
2nd and 7 from the 20. On the option right, here's Levis.
4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here, it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Titans have taken the lead.
Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
Here's Warren. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 47 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
On the run, it's Warren. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Second and 9. Now Pickett will look to pass it.
He finds his man, complete. It's Warren. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
Now a run with Warren.
He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Ball on the 39. Here's the second down and 4. They'll run it. Warren
Powers through. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
straight ahead running. Here's McFarland. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
2nd and 7.
They'll try the left side. Warren. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
He's got exactly what you're looking for. The ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7.
Looking to throw. Pickett.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Warren. And boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8.
Some good strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3. They toss it to Warren.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
His second rushing touchdown of the year and third overall. And the Steelers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. But just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Keanu Benton, a second-round pick, there on the stop.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Levis looking to throw. On the slant, Burks. Through the middle of the field. Traylon Burks.
And it's a Titans touchdown.
Traylon Burks.
72 yards.
And the Titans are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again.
They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not through any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen, put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
93 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in his first half.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
From the 41, here's a 2nd and 4.
They'll keep it on the ground.
Warren. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left.
On 1st down, McFarland.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Second and 9 from the 44. Now Pickett. Now they set up a screen for McFarland. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
And give him 9 yards on the second down screen play.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger gain.
And the Steelers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Again, McFarland. And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a 2nd and 6. A give up the middle to McFarland.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They've got a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They could probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, on this drive, their playbook is open.
Pickett will look to throw it here. Got an open man. It's Pickens.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans 16. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
From the gun, this will be McFarland.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Pickett back to throw.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books. But it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. The tackle by Cole Holcomb.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, Shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Now Levis. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Here's Austin. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Second and 5. An inside handoff. This is McFarland. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Pickett.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They had points on their first 2 possessions, a touchdown and a field goal, but this time, defense stands strong.
Would you say that things maybe are trending now in the right direction for them?
Better than drives 1 and 2.
There's no doubt about it. Now maybe they can exhale a little bit, gather themselves, and really get back into this game.
So a change of possession here on the punt, and it'll be Titan football. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend.
Levis to throw on 1st and 10 here. Going to the right here and finding Burks.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down.
Levis sets up to throw here. He gets it to Burks again.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Levis now on 1st and 10. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it second down.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Second down and 6 now. Levis. This will go to Henry out wide.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it makes it 3rd down and 2 yards to go.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Badgley's kick is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game.
So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Taking it about the 1.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30. It's a foot race. And he takes it the distance. No time remaining.
No clock on the field.
And no flags. And it's a kickoff return to end the first half. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say challenge it. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and CD in a minute. First, it's time to take a look at what we've got coming your way this weekend in the NFL. Plenty of great games coming up in this first weekend of November, starting with the first ever game in Frankfurt, Germany, the Dolphins and Chiefs. Lots to look forward to in the late games as well. One of the best being in Philadelphia, where we find the Eagles taking on the Dallas Cowboys. And then finally a good one on Sunday night between the Buffalo Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback.
The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter.
This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
McFarland once more.
And this might net him a yard, if that, as he gets back to the original line of scrimmage, the 25. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Here's 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Pickett.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And some room to work.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You want to see a defensive coordinator get upset and throw his headset? This is the kind of play that'll do it. You force 3rd and long. This is almost sort of a give-up play. You're just hoping to get something positive, and it winds up breaking big, and they convert on 3rd down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
McFarland running out of the gun.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now a 2nd and 10. Pickett, he'll look to throw it.
Now they go screen, it's complete. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. The tackle there by Patrick Peterson.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
Here's Levis. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
81 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. 2 yards still to go. Third down now. Levis to throw it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Titans first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
I like the fact that they didn't overcomplicate things on that call. 3rd and 2. Just run the quick little hitch, which they did. Ball's out of quarterback's hands. And yes, indeed, they pick up the first down.
A first down carry for Henry. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
They keep it with Henry on first down.
To about the 26 here.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Balled it to 26, 2nd and 7. In motion is Phillips. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry, and he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
So after some runs, now they'll throw with Levis. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Inside handoff, Henry. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Levis back to throw. That to the sideline, and it's intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. And the Steelers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Well, it certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for him. The problem now is if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield.
And the Steelers set to take the field.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs.
At their own 27.
That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want, and other times the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Here is 3rd and 5. Here's Pickett.
And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Tennessee offense set to go again. And a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly. But here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is.
Well, the ball's loose. Levis has it knocked free. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover it.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Back to throw, it's Levis.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now here's Levis now on 3rd and long. The throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now
as he's on to punt for Tennessee. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. A well-hit ball there. 50 yards on the punt, 3 on the return. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs
At their own 14-yard line.
Harris will start the drive out.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Brandon, after last week, we went over 200 yards. Looks like the hot tub, cold tub, whatever he did, it worked pretty well.
Much chatter about that performance. Rightfully so. AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down.
And down he'll go at the 25. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
Now here's another carry for Harris. He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Completes this one to Pickens. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on third down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it and were able to keep the drive moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just...
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
So pass interference the call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you've got to call that both ways.
And they've got another 1st and 10 as the penalty keeps this drive moving.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
But Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do. How about the quarterback? Everyone thinks all he's going to do is throw the football. His movement and deception can help a running game as well.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
On 2nd down, McFarland.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again.
Oh, great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They hand this off to Harris, and he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped, but what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down.
Looking to throw. Pickett.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he will not be able to get the first as he can get this only down to the 5. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to make it fourth down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a fourth down.
Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. They're going for it. This is Harris. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on fourth down.
4th and 2 in the NFL, not ordinarily a running down anymore. Usually that ball's moved through the air. They went ahead and gave it to the back, and he ends up picking up the first down. I'm not sure if they fooled him as much as they just did a nice job executing.
Needed 2, and they got 3.
Harris is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
Nothing at all on that one. It'll be second down. So stuffed from the 2. Now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
They'll try to run with Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Najee Harris, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have broken our tie and have taken a fourth quarter lead.
And how nice is it to have a guy like Najee Harris in the backfield when you get down near the goal line? He can use his 230-plus pound frame to just get you those tough yards, and he finishes things off here with a touchdown run.
Boswell for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told.
And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry.
And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Levis looking to throw. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Levis on third down.
And that is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Now Austin. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs.
At their own 24. Harris starts the drive on the ground. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
Again, it's Harris on second down.
Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go.
3rd and 5.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there, and also a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. They'll run again with Harris. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
On the give, this is Harris. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. And still about 3 yards shy of a 1st as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll run. Here's Harris. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the 1st down, close it out.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
Traylon Burks headed back out with the rest of this offense.
They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. They'll try the right side with Henry. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. A handoff, running left, Henry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
This 2nd and 4.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Inside handoff, Henry.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
First down, Titans, gain of 12.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
2nd and 10.
Henry up the middle. And he'll get this pretty close to a first down as he's tackled at the Steelers' 34. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
3rd and 2. Here's Levis. Quick throw there is incomplete.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Desperation time now. Here's Levis.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10.
Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Levis out of the shotgun now. That's to Burks, and he's got it. Touchdown, Tennessee.
A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So that one a long 11-play drive.
Boy, what a start to the week this has been. All tied 4th quarter as the kick's away. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown. All tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
They run again with Harris. And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I was used to joke with my teammates who carried the ball a lot. When we got in these situations and they were carrying us home, I used to tell them, boy, you guys just look like Paul Bunyan, just growing stronger, bigger, tougher. And all night long, he's carried this team.
He has indeed. Everything magnified right now. A huge 3rd down conversion.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. A strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
On 1st down, McFarland.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Harris running straight ahead.
He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down.
Pickett will look to throw it here. Setting up the screen, Harris.
And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And they're looking at 4th down now in this tie ball game. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. The Titan offense now working their way back onto the field.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Levis.
There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Levis, he'll look to throw it.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Montravius Adams able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
On third down, Henry. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now,
as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. He spins free. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt.
and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here in a tie game. What do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines?
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
Looking to throw here, Pickett. Here's one deep for Pickens.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Inside a minute to go. Here's 2nd and 10 now. Pickett to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I don't know if you need the big shot right there or not, because you've still got time to work some of the shorter stuff and try to get into field goal range. They did go for the big one there. It would have been nice, but it winds up incomplete.
Now Pickett.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Levis to throw. A shot downfield for Burks.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And in a spot like this, a tie game late, if you can hit on one of these home run balls, it could win you the ball game. But boy, you run the risk of an interception, and that could be what loses you the game. So a lot riding on every play. That one, incomplete.
And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no 1st down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
It's taken to the 26. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And we will not see a return to start overtime. It'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense set to regain possession. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on 2nd down. Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris.
That'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. Just looking down at this with a naked eye, looks like they have about 1.5 yards. Any chance they go for it here?
There's a chance, but I have to say, punt the ball here. Get rid of this thing and try and help your defense a little bit. I know there's that temptation, and I know people have it on their play sheet. I have that one play that'll get me what I need, but if you don't get it, you pretty much handed the game to the other team.
It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6.
The Titans now just about ready to take over. Now their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop him. Same thing here in overtime.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego because a lot of times you have so many different plays you want to call, but when you spot a matchup that's working for you or a player that has the hot hand, keep giving it to him. That tells me you're mature as a play caller, and it's working for them in overtime.
Alex Highsmith there on the tackle. Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on 2nd down.
There's a nice move. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee 1st down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. They've had some success here in overtime in this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to them.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I think they're going to be deterred by that play right there. He's had some nice runs in the game. And how many times have we seen a good running back get stopped, yet turn it into something big on a later carry? I'd stay with him.
The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
Levis sets up to throw here.
And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field, and that brings up 4th.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the 1st down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think
think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
He continues to be dominant running the football. I mean, keep feeding him, right?
Yeah, you should, because what he's put up already is really like a 2-game total. Give him a lot of credit, but give the rest of the offense credit as well. The big guys up front and the receivers on the perimeter, everyone's getting involved blocking people downfield.
First down, and they go back to Harris.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up third.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard.
And the Titans are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. Well, it's not very often, Charles, that you and I get to see a 4th drive in overtime, but buckle up, because here we go, partner.
Well, my first thought is that apparently no one wants to win this thing, and now I'm correcting myself. I know they both want to win it, but they've gone at it so hard. Who can focus long enough to make the proper play to win this game?
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
But they certainly got dented with that first down run, so now they've got to be back on their heels a little bit as a defense.
Now Levis.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Draw play. This is Henry. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
On for a very important punt here in overtime. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ballgame.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit, because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Coming up here looking for pick up the first.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
Here's 3rd and 3.
Now here's another carry for Harris. That'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Titan football. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
A 2nd down throw from Levis.
Caught left side Hopkins. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a 1st down. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
Again to Henry.
To about the 35, 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Levis.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now
as he's on to punt for Tennessee. Here's Austin.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10.
And now out come the Steelers.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race. But how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
Here's Pickett.
Throw left side complete. That's Harris. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. I know there may be temptation to go for it here in overtime, but you have to punt the football.
I like how emphatic you are about it because I know the tendency is, as a player, let's go get this thing. You're actually telling your coach, come on, coach, we can get it. We have that play call. And the head coach has to remember, that play call likely isn't there. Punt the ball away. Punt it away. Be smart.
Trust your defense.
Trust them.
And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still fourth down.
The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Levis.
Oh, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Joey Porter Jr.
And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs roll around, so that means this one ends in a tie.
Yeah, that's ultimately unsatisfying for both teams, the fan bases. Heck, for us. We came here to see a winner, right?
We did.
Winner and a loser. We didn't get it. We end up with a tie. Everyone walks away. A little bit cranky on this one.
Man.
Yeah,
MEH, man. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Pittsburgh.